everyone, it's me, Ellery, and I am here with my finale recap and review for Boomerang. So if you're interested, make sure you stick around and stay tuned. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe and then turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so season 2 of Boomerang on BET has finally come to an end. You hate to see it. You hate when some of the really good shows come to an end, but that's okay because the ending normally prepares us for something greater, right? And I am already ready for season 3. So let me go ahead and give you all my quick and dirty recap of last night's finale episode. So last night's finale was actually an hour long, which I don't think that was the original plan based on how the episodes were set up. But the Wednesday before, BET did a COVID-19 special. And so I think that's why the finale was an hour. The whole first part was all about David, which is not a surprise because each character has pretty much had their own episode, kind of, sort of. So it wasn't a surprise that David still had an episode and he still had a story to tell, which again, just like Crystal's episode, I was so glad to see. Like, I believe the actor's name is RJ. I thought he did an amazing job as David and just kind of unfolding all the things that David had been fighting and dealing with. David is actually fasting at this time and he's at the house with Ari and Bryson, who are smoking, drinking, doing the usual that he doesn't want to partake in addition to the fact that he's not eating because he's fasting, right? So he gets up to leave and he actually faints. In the midst of his passing out, he's actually going on a spiritual journey, which includes the Black Ranger, which, man, when I say I felt like a little kid when he came into the scene, I was like, listen, on my way to heaven, he better be there. There was like this huge pile of sneakers that he had to climb up. It was almost kind of like this mixture of Dorothy trying to find her way home. So he climbs up this pile of shoes. He puts on the shoes he wants. We also see Ari preaching. Then we cut to Bryson kind of dressed like a Mississippi pimp with all these women around them dancing. Then we cut to Tia and David's giving a confessional to Tia where he actually ends up like upchucking all these things that he has been feeling that we pretty much as fans have figured out, but he was feeling this stuff the whole time. And the big bomb that he dropped was that he's been feeling like they blame him for his divorce with Crystal. So you know that means we got to get some story about him and Crystal. We got to find out what happened. Anyways, before I even get into that, then he has a last supper with his friends, which was so poetic. It was so poetic, so amazing. And it was pretty much like foreshadowing what was getting ready to happen because his friends forced him to eat when they know that he's fasting. And the whole thing was, if you're with us, you'll do it. Kind of what he's been feeling, right? Then we cut to Crystal actually being God. One, we know God is a woman. And two, are we really surprised that God is a Black woman with a fro? I'm just saying. Crystal is actually God in his dream and basically tells him, like, I've given you all the answers. I've told you everything that you need to do. He's looking at himself in the mirror, like, as the person that he tries to be, a person that he feels like he has to be. And he ends up saying, you know, if I let go of this, or if I change this, I have to let go of this. If I do this, I have to let go of that, which really, you can tell he's just talking about letting go of his friends in order for him to go where God is telling him to go or for wherever he wants to go. So he finally has this whole spiritual awakening. He gets ready to leave the spiritual journey. He sees Zach again, who's like, it's morphin' time. Greatest thing ever. It was so cute. Anyways, the door opens up, water falls over him like a baptism, and he wakes up. When he wakes up, he reaches in his pocket and we see that he has a ring and he's going to go propose. So that was the whole first part that was really about David. The second half really kind of gives us closure on what we've been experiencing with all the characters the entire season. So we see Tia doing community service for taking over the strip club, but she also has an epiphany about what she should do, brought to her by Kim Waynes, who also plays her Uber driver. She decides that she's going to pretty much kind of open up like a healthcare center that's inside of a school bus for the strippers and a place for them to go and do things, take care of themselves that they're not normally providing. Then we see that Crystal did get the job. We don't really talk too much about it, but we find that out at the end because she gets ready to go hang out with some new friends. Bryson and Simone actually finally make up, thank God. Ugh. Everybody was sick of the tension in the room. Everybody. But they finally make up, and it all is because they're getting ready to go out for the same job. And again, Miss Juanita, played by Kim Waynes, comes and drops that knowledge on them, and then they decide this is not where either one of us should be. And we see at the end that they open up Day One's Atlanta. David is actually MIA. They have not seen him since he proposed. And then Ari has a very intimate, vulnerable moment with the guy that he was seeing in the previous episode, who told him that he was like, hey, you're suffering from some toxic masculinity that I'm not even trying to deal with. So they have a very like vulnerable moment. So the whole episode concludes at Day One's grand opening. And again, like I said, everybody is there but David. But at the same time, once they like say their toast, everybody kind of scatters away. So to me, it's a little foreshadowing of like, okay, yes, we're all on these individual journeys, but are we going to be able to still stay together, stick together as a group? Like, what's going to happen, especially knowing that David is not there. So that was a really, really big thing too. And before the episode ends, there's a part where Bryson is talking about what his company would have looked like. And so at the end, Simone actually has a surprise for him in his office, which encompasses some of the things that he talked about. She told him to meet him there. And I don't know if he came or not, but he didn't come in 5 minutes like she told him to. And she actually sees him talking to some other women, kind of getting his flirt on. And then again, just like Insecure, perfect song placement, she goes to lean her head over and you hear a dog growl. So it's almost like, again, some more foreshadowing of like how our relationships are going to change. And actually, I think that's a part that's actually in Boomerang the movie. Can't really remember if they're playing Atomic Dog, but I do think like the whole like head nod or whatever, I do think that that was something that happened with Marcus as well. Anyways, that's my quick and dirty of the season finale of Boomerang. And just in general, for me, I thought that it was really good. In the first couple of episodes, I was kind of struggling. I was like, I need a little bit more. I feel like something's missing. But I think everything led up to this finale episode. And I actually like the fact that both episodes were together because we learned about David. And then there was a part at the end that really mattered based on the David episode. So I kind of like that they put them both together and kind of flowed them on out. But overall, I thought that it was good. David's episode was actually my favorite. As a person of faith and knowing what that struggle can be like when you're on that spiritual journey, you have to let go of some things. You have to release some things in order for God to elevate you, in order for God to take you to the next level. And so I thought it was just so like, I don't know, y'all. It was just so really good to see like that being played out. I was so in love with that episode, or just the storytelling of it. It was a journey. You had to stick with it to the end. Some people might not have gotten that, but I did, and I thought the episode was great. I am still a little disappointed, just because I felt like we didn't get the same amount as we did in season 1. But I did like how each episode was almost episodic, and then got us to the finale and pieced it all together. So I feel like there really should be like season 2 part 1, and then there should be like a season 2B. I really think that we need something like that, because I just feel like season 2 isn't over. Like, I feel like there should be a little bit more, and I guess maybe that's why I still feel a little bit disappointed. But I also got to interview Brittany, who plays Crystal, and Tatiana, who plays Simone. So truthfully, for me, the season was great. My season was great. The whole thing was just great, and I'm not going to complain, because I'm pretty hopeful that we're going to get a season 3. I don't see why BT would not give us a season 3. But if they didn't, at the same time, I feel like there was still closure to all the characters. There was growth to all the characters. There was change. Like, I think each character grew, like their character arc like grew. They matured. They changed from season 1 to season 2. So like, when you think about character development, when you think about the storyline, when you think about the episodes, I think that they did a great job of delivering that. So to me, that's what makes a good season. It's not just about what we would want when we're watching, because I mean, hell, you could never please all the people that are watching. But is this a show? I always think about like a good CD back in the day. Is it a CD that you can put on and not skip? So is it a CD that you can put on and not skip? You know all the words, you'll play it over and over again. To me, that defines if a CD is good. So to me, it's the same as a TV show. Would you skip any of the episodes? Would you watch all the episodes again? Would you rewatch it? Would you tell your friends to watch it? And to me, if the answer is yes, then the show did its job. And for me, the answer is yes, and therefore the show did its job. So anyways, y'all, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you felt about the entire season. Let me know how you felt about the season finale. Leave me some comments below. I guess I can't say until next time for Boomerang, but until my next video, I will see you all next time. Bye.